Welcome to the European Applications Laboratory here in the UK. This is a PA800 Plus training video in which we will show you how to correctly start up and shut down the instrument before and after sample analysis.
Other helpful videos can be found on the capillary electrophoresis section of the Beckman-Coulter website. You can use the shortcut www.celeader.com. This video starts with a Shutdown PA800 Plus. Maintenance with the power off will prevent damage to the instrument. Inspect the ends of the fiber optic to ensure they are clean and undamaged. UV filters can be found in the filter wheel in front of the UV lamp. This is something you might want service to replace periodically due to the filter's coating being burnt by UV energy. The damaged filter will result in undesired wavelengths interfering, resulting in steps in the electropherogram's baseline. It is important to inspect your aperture frequently. Remember, when removing your aperture, to remove the small rubber O-ring, or if you leave it in and forget, you can break the window as demonstrated. If you are unfortunate to have a broken window during your separation and conductive buffer has got onto the aperture, then you must clean or dispose of it. An aperture containing buffer salts can be conductive and result in arcing, breaking new capillary windows. Unfiltered UV light can burn the plastic and increase the size of the aperture as shown, so it will need replacing to prevent undesired peak broadening. It is important that you work correctly with your buffer vials, starting with their fill height. The maximum fill height is 1.5 milliliters and should not be exceeded. It is also important to put 1 milliliter of water in the waste vial to prevent a droplet on the outlet. Buffer vials should be filled when already in their tray. Their contents can splash up onto the vial lids if they are pre-filled with their caps on, as there is a clicking action as you place it into the tray. This next part of the video shows you how a droplet can form on the outlet side of the capillary during a rinsing step if 1 milliliter of water is not in the waste vial to start with. Once again, you can see that liquid is transferred onto the vial lid. With a droplet on the lid, it is possible that when pressure is applied from the inlet that the droplet, often containing conductive buffer, will transfer through the vial opener, through the removable electrode, into the electrode socket in the interface block, resulting in unwanted current leakage. Following these simple instructions will prevent that. The capillary gel electrophoresis application is frequently used. The kit containing the buffers is often stored in the refrigerator on the day before use. As you can see, the bottles need to reach room temperature before use. It is best to do this the day before using the gel. Bringing the buffer to room temperature is important, but sometimes this does not remove 100% of the dissolved gases that can result in air bubble spikes and even partial injections. The use of a vacuum is recommended in the kit's instruction, which specifies a vacuum of 5 to 15 Hg. Don't use the sonic bath. This does not work. Here we demonstrate the use of a simple vacuum that can be used daily to remove any dissolved gas bubble. It is important to be between 5 and 15 Hg. Don't exceed this. Water quality is very important for many types of analysis like HPLC, but ion content is especially important for capillary electrophoresis, and it must be of double deionized quality. Gently load the vial trays into the instrument. Place the cartridge into the instrument. Inspect the coolant level on the front of the instrument. Top up the coolant a little at a time until it reaches between the two lines. The coolant should be gravity-fed into the instrument and should never be forced using a plunger. Close the lids and power on the instrument. Now follow your standard operating procedures and methods for your chosen analysis. Load the trays to the front of the instrument. Lift the external lid. Lift the internal lid. You should hear a click noise, and then you should see the coolant liquid in the tubing moving out. You can now turn off the instrument. Remove the vial openers from the instrument by pulling down. Clean them using a wet tissue. After 200 runs, they can be sonicated in water and air-dried. Using a wet tissue, wipe the capillary and electrode as demonstrated. Take the buffer vial trays out of the instrument and throw away the vials. They are for one-time use only. Remove the cartridge as shown. Water vials should be in the cartridge box to prevent the capillary from drying out the cartridge stored in the box at the correct temperature.
Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you found this training video and that online helpful. I'm sure these tips and tricks will make you successful with your PA800 Plus, but please remember, if you have further questions, to contact your Beckman Coulter specialist.